Title: How a Bulk Club Best Playbook Teaches You to Spot Big Opportunities in Everyday Buying. What if the way people shop in bulk could teach you to build products and businesses that scale faster than you think? Stay curious. Part 1 Introduction. What is Costco warehouse stores and why it matters? Costco warehouse stores are a membership-based retail model built around selling a curated selection of goods in large quantities at low prices, with a focus on high inventory turnover, limited SKU counts, and strong supplier partnerships. The company operates massive warehouse spaces where members can buy everything from groceries and electronics to furniture and business supplies. What makes Costco important is not only its size, but its operating philosophy. A ruthless focus on value for members, tight control of margins, and investments in logistics, private labels, and customer experience that create deep loyalty and predictable demand. Why study Costco for ideation? Because Costco's model exposes simple, repeatable truths about consumer behavior, unit economics, and distribution that entrepreneurs and job seekers can use to design ideas with real purchase potential. The warehouse format, membership engine, and merchandising discipline show how scarcity, curation, and price signaling shape perceived value. Learning from Costco helps you ideate products that fit an ecosystem where buying decisions are fast, communal, and cost-sensitive. Perfect for bootstrapped ventures and small-scale retail experiments. Comparative framing. Costco versus other retailers. Compare Costco with traditional supermarkets, discount chains, and online marketplaces. Supermarkets often prioritize breadth, frequent small purchases, and location convenience. Discount chains focus on low prices but can sacrifice quality or experience. Online marketplaces offer vast choice and convenience but lack immediate tactile inspection and communal shopping rituals. Costco sits at the intersection of value and experience. It limits choice to reduce decision fatigue, uses bulk as a value signal, and leverages membership to convert occasional shoppers into loyal buyers. For entrepreneurs, the lesson is to design product offers and channels that reduce friction, create perceived value, and fit predictable purchasing patterns. How this training helps you. This story is tuned for entrepreneurs, people who are unemployed or underemployed, and those on social support who need practical, low-cost pathways to create income. We will translate Costco's strategic moves into 8 idea generation principles you can replicate with limited resources, focusing on how to create products that sell regularly, fit distribution constraints, and exploit simple behavioral signals like scarcity, social proof, and bundle value. Overview: 8 principles for idea generation inspired by Costco. Below are the guiding principles inspired by Costco's retail playbook. Over the next parts, we will unpack each principle, explain it, list common mistakes companies make when applying it, and extract practical lessons you can use immediately. The 8 principles: member-centric value engine, curation and scarcity as a conversion tool, unit economics and bulk thinking, private label leverage, store as experience and discovery hotspot, supplier partnerships and operational discipline, channel fit and logistics thinking, testable, scaling through limited launches. In this part, we will cover the first 3 principles in depth. Principle 1: Member-centric value engine. Explanation. The member-centric value engine means creating a relationship model where paying members receive clear, measurable benefits that justify recurring fees. Costco uses membership as both a revenue stream and a commitment device. Members feel invested in extracting value, which drives higher basket sizes and loyalty. From an idea generation perspective, this principle asks you to design offers that create a repeatable reason to return. Discounts, exclusive access, curated bundles, or service perks, and to build a simple, transparent membership or loyalty proposition around them. Why it works. Membership converts casual interest into ongoing demand. When customers have skin in the game, they explore more offers, try new items to justify their fee, and act as brand advocates to peers. For cash-pressed entrepreneurs, even a tiny recurring payment offers predictable revenue that can stabilize a venture. 3 common mistakes companies make: confusing exclusivity with value, charging for membership without delivering clear, tangible benefits, leads to churn and bad word of mouth. Overcomplicating tiers. Complex membership levels with confusing rules dilute perceived value and increase administrative overhead. Serving early members. Launch teams sometimes skimp on the initial member experience, losing the cohort that would have been the strongest advocates. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Make benefits obvious and immediate. A new member should feel the advantage during the first interaction, a noticeable discount, an exclusive bundle, or a welcome credit. Keep the model simple. One clear offer with a straightforward renewal mechanic outperforms convoluted tier systems in early stages. Treat early members as partners. Solicit feedback, reward referrals, and involve them in product selection. Turn them into evangelists. Practical example and comparison. Costco's membership fee is simple and visible. Members feel compelled to maximize value through larger purchases and trials of new items sold in the warehouse. Compare this to a subscription box that promises curated goods but hides fees, provides poor curation, and loses subscribers quickly. For entrepreneurs, the low-cost way to emulate this is offering a club with a clear, immediate perk, like the first purchase discount, an exclusive sample pack, or early access to new batches, and nurturing those members with regular, valuable touchpoints. Principle to curation and scarcity as a conversion tool explanation. Curation and scarcity means intentionally limiting choice and creating a sense of urgency or rarity around selected offers. Costco stocks fewer SKUs than a typical supermarket, choosing products that deliver high value and turnover. Limited time deals and seasonal rotations create excitement and the fear of missing out that drives impulse purchase and trial. As an ideation principle, this suggests designing product lines that are intentionally limited, well-curated, and occasionally scarce to increase desirability. Why it works? Too much choice paralyzes buyers. Scarcity simplifies decisions and signals value. In environments where customers make many buying decisions quickly, a curated, rotating set of offers is far more effective than a sprawling catalog. 3 common mistakes companies make: mistaking scarcity for fraudulence. Artificial scarcity that is obviously manufactured fake limits damages trust rather than creating excitement. Over-curating without data. Removing too many choices without understanding what customers actually want can alienate core buyers. Failing to communicate scarcity effectively. Scarcity only works when customers notice it. Poor signage or weak promotion wastes the effect. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Use honest scarcity tied to real constraints. Limited batches, pilot runs, local exclusives, or supplier availability are credible reasons to limit supply. Balance curation with signals. Track which curated items sell and which do not to adjust selection quickly. Make scarcity visible. Clear messaging, limited runs, and member announcements amplify urgency. Practical example and comparison. Costco's treasure hunt model, rotating high-value items that appear unpredictably, creates excitement and repeat visits. Compare that to large online marketplaces that show endless inventory, making shoppers hesitate. For a small venture, create rotating sample drops, market them as limited, and collect demand signals to decide which ones to scale. Principle-free unit economics and bulk thinking explanation. Unit economics and bulk thinking involves understanding the per-use cost dynamics of selling larger quantities and designing offers that make bulk attractive without eroding margin. Costco succeeds because it negotiates lower supply costs, designs packaging for efficient handling, and sells large quantities at a price that still preserves profitability. For ideation, this principle prompts you to explore how packaging, bundling, and per-unit pricing can shift purchase behavior and increase lifetime value. Why it works. Bulk purchasing reduces per-unit costs and creates higher immediate revenue per transaction. For customers, the perceived value per use often increases with bulk if storage and usage fit their lifestyle. Entrepreneurs can use bulk thinking to increase average order size and spread fixed costs across more units. 3 common mistakes companies make mispricing bulk offers. Choosing bulk sizes that sound like savings but actually reduce margins or create inventory headaches for buyers produces returns and waste. Ignoring storage and usage issues. Many customers cannot store large volumes or may not consume items before expiration, making bulk unattractive. Underestimating capital needs. Producing or buying bulk inventory requires upfront capital and a clear plan to turn stock quickly. Lessons learned and how to apply them model real usage and storage constraints. Test whether customers can and will use the bulk quantities within sensible timeframes. Offer hybrid formats, mixed bundles, with smaller trial sizes plus refill bulk packs. Let buyers test first and then commit to larger purchases. Negotiate with suppliers for justifiable bulk discounts. Ensure unit cost improvements are real and transferable to consumer price benefits. Practical example and comparison. Costco's giant packages of basic staples save members money per serving while boosting transaction value. Contrast that with a discount store that piles unsellable oversized packs on shelves. Without understanding the buyer's storage and consumption, those packs become returns. For newcomers, consider combo packs that include a small trial and a refill bulk at a slight discount. This reduces the buyer's risk and validates demand before full investment. Closing of Part 1. In this first part, we established the foundation. Make membership a clear value proposition. Use curation and honest scarcity to make choices easy and exciting, and design offers with unit economics and bulk advantages in mind. These pillars help you think like a warehouse retailer, even if you have a tiny budget. Design simple recurring value, limit and promote offers to create urgency, and structure packs to increase immediate revenue while respecting customer constraints. Preview of what is next. In the next part, we will cover 3 more principles inspired by Costco's approach. Private label leverage, the store as a discovery and experience hotspot, and supplier partnerships, coupled with operational discipline. We will show how small ventures can apply private labeling ideas, craft discovery experiences in local markets, and build reliable supplier relationships without large upfront investment. If this was useful and you want the next installment, templates, and a downloadable workshop to practice these ideas in your community, subscribe to my YouTube channel for the follow-up parts and practical worksheets. Title: Why the Warehouse Playbook Turns Cheap Shelves into Big Ideas. What if a private label jam or a well-placed sample table could teach you how to win customers and build reliable income? Part 2 Introduction, Building on the Warehouse Mindset. In Part 1, we covered membership value, curated scarcity, and bulk unit economics. Those principles shape how Costco attracts and keeps customers. In this part, we dig into the next cluster of ideas that turns supply into advantage, leveraging private label, turning the retail space into a discovery engine, and building supplier partnerships with operational discipline. These moves show how control over product, place, and process creates repeatable opportunity for entrepreneurs, job seekers, and people building side income from low resources. Principle 4. Private label leverage explanation. Private label leverage means creating your own branded products to capture margin, control quality, and deliver targeted value to your audience. Costco's private label plays a powerful role. A focused brand with a reputation for trust and value lets the retailer offer differentiated goods that compete on price and quality. For small operators, private label thinking can mean crafting simple, own brand bundles, repackaging supplier goods under a trusted name, or co-creating exclusive formulations with a maker. Why it works? Private labels let you own the story and the pricing. They remove middlemen, allow tighter control over specs, and can be positioned as a value or premium proposition depending on your audience. For resource-constrained founders, even modest private labeling, clear, consistent packaging, and a promise of reliability can lift perceived value and margins significantly. 3 common mistakes companies make: trying to match category leaders on features. Many new private label efforts mimic top brands without the capability to deliver consistent quality, creating disappointment. Ignoring packaging and brand clarity. Cheap, confusing packaging undermines trust. A clear, simple brand identity is essential. Skipping basic compliance and testing. Cutting corners on safety or labeling to save cost creates risk of returns and reputational damage. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Start with one clear promise. Pick a single attribute you will consistently deliver: price, durability, simplicity. Make it obvious on the pack. Use supplier partnerships for specs, not excuses. Work with manufacturers to guarantee minimum quality, test a small run, then scale. Invest in basic branding and labeling. Legible instructions, honest claims, and tidy packaging go a long way toward building trust. Practical example and comparison: Costco's private label succeeds because it is positioned as value with a reputation for predictable quality. Contrast and that with retailers that flood shelves with vague unlabeled goods. Shoppers avoid opaque products. For a small venture, private label might mean bundling locally made snacks under one label and offering a sample in a neighborhood market. Simple packaging, one reliable flavor profile, and a small guaranteed refund policy to reduce first-use anxiety. Principle 5. Store as experience and discovery hotspot. Explanation. Store as experience and discovery hotspot treats the point of purchase as more than transaction. It is a stage for discovery, sampling, and social proof. Costco's model deliberately creates a treasure hunt atmosphere. Unexpected finds, product demos, and sample stations. Key: encourage impulse trial and social conversation. When customers discover a novel, high-value item in the aisle, they often buy on the spot and tell friends later. Why it works? Discovery reduces acquisition cost. When shoppers experience a product in context, taste it, see it used, hear a recommendation, tactors are far more likely to convert. For entrepreneurs, designing moments of encounter, pop-ups, Demo tables, neighborhood tastings, or online unboxings creates lifelines to early customers without expensive advertising. 3 common mistakes companies make treating experience as decoration. Adding superficial flair without tying it to the product's benefit wastes resources. Ignoring merchandising fundamentals. Poor placement, confusing signage, or a messy demo table undermines credibility rather than building it. Failing to capture signals. Sampling without follow-up misses the chance to convert interested people into repeat buyers. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Link experience to a single ask. Samples should lead to an easy purchase path. An on-the-spot discounted pack or a QR code to order a refill. Keep demos clean and simple. A tidy table, a clear one-line claim, and an eager staffer who asks one good question beats theatrical setups that confuse customers. Collect follow-up contact. Offer a small incentive for email or phone sign-ups so you can turn one-time trials into returning customers. Practical example and comparison. Costco's in-store samples create immediate trial and social buzz. Compare that with retailers that rely entirely on shelf tags and expect discovery to happen by chance. Without guided encounters, many products never get noticed. For micro ventures, host a weekend tasting at a busy market or partner with a local cafe for a demo day. Bring small, affordable packs and an easy purchase option to capture impulse buyers. Principle 6: Supplier partnerships and operational discipline. Explanation. Supplier partnerships and operational discipline mean treating suppliers as strategic collaborators and running operations with ruthless attention to cost, timing, and quality. Costco negotiates long-term deals, commits to large volumes, and enforces strict quality checks. The result is stable supply, favorable pricing, and predictable stock. For small actors, the lesson is to design predictable, fair relationships with makers and to build simple operational systems that prevent stockouts, returns, and cash crunches. Why it works. Reliable supply chains lower risk and reduce hidden costs. A product that is consistently available and consistent in quality builds word of mouth. For entrepreneurs with limited capital, disciplined operations, clear reorder points, small buffer inventory, and honest lead times preserve cash and customer trust. 3 common mistakes companies make: treat as transactional only. Short, opportunistic orders without relationship building lead to unreliable lead times and poor quality control. Failing to model cash flow. Ordering too much or too little without understanding timing of payments and sales creates liquidity stress. Overlooking simple process controls. No inspection at receipt, no packing checklist, or ad hoc fulfillment causes returns and customer anger. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Negotiate simple, predictable terms. Commit to a small recurring order in exchange for better price or faster delivery rather than chasing one-off deals. Use lightweight inventory rules. A reorder point and a modest safety stock prevent stockouts without tying up excessive cash. Inspect and document. A short checklist at receipt and a one-page supplier spec and returns defects and argument later. Practical example and comparison. Costco's scale lets it lock in favorable terms, but small sellers can replicate the spirit. Agree on a recurring monthly order with a local maker in return for a modest price concession and faster restock. Contrast that with a newcomer who flips between many tiny suppliers depending on price. Unpredictability damages customer experience and creates hidden operational costs. Bringing these principles into practice. Short playbook. Choose a focused private label pilot. One product, one clear promise, one modest run. Create a discovery plan, a tasting table, a market pop-up, or an in-store trial that leads directly to a purchase option. Lock a reliable supplier rhythm. Small recurring orders, a receipt checklist, and a simple reorder rule. Comparative reflection. Large chains use scale to make these systems efficient, but the mechanics are available to anyone. Build a simple brand, force discovery through direct encounters, and treat suppliers as partners rather than vendors. Startups move fast and can test formats quickly. Community entrepreneurs can leverage local trust and face-to-face sales to build momentum without massive budgets. Closing of Part 2. In this second part, we explored private label leverage, turning retail space into discovery, and forging disciplined supplier partnerships. These principles are the connective tissue between product idea and consistent sale. They help you own more margin, get noticed more often, and reduce operational surprises that sink small businesses. Review of what is next. Part 3 will cover the final pair of principles, channel fit and logistics thinking, and testable scaling through limited launches, then give a compact workshop you can run in a community center or with a handful of friends to prototype viable offers rapidly. If these ideas are helpful and you want the next installment, templates, and the downloadable workshop guide to practice these tactics in your neighborhood, subscribe to my YouTube channel for the final part and the templates that accompany this series. Title: How the Warehouse Playbook Turns Local Hustle into Reliable Income. What if getting the product to the right place at the right time mattered more than making it perfect? Read on. Part 3 Introduction, Bringing the Warehouse Playbook Home. In the first two parts, we covered membership value, curated scarcity, bulk economics, private label, in-store discovery, and supplier discipline. In this final part, we finish the playbook, channel fit and logistics thinking, plus testable scaling through limited launches. Then we tie everything into a simple, low-cost workshop you can run with friends, neighbors, or a community group to prototype real offers that sell. Principle 7. Channel Fit and Logistics Thinking Explanation. Channel fit and logistics thinking means designing your product and offer around how people actually buy and how goods move. Costco's strength comes from aligning item size, packaging, pricing, and promotion to the realities of warehouse aisles, pallet handling, and member behavior. For small ventures, Channel Fit asks, where will my customer encounter this product? Who will stock it? And what constraints shape the purchase moment? Logistics thinking ensures the product can be stocked, transported, and replenished with predictable cost and timing. Why it matters. A great idea that does not fit its channel dies quietly. Matching format to channel reduces friction, lowers return rates, and raises the chance of repeat purchase. 3 common mistakes companies make designing for the wrong channel. Making a fragile, premium product intended for boutique shelves when the target buyer shops value markets. Overlooking handling and shelf life. Products that bruise, melt, or spoil in transit lose both margin and reputation. Underestimating last-mile costs, delivery fees, small order shipping, or return logistics can erase the apparent savings of a good price point. Lessons learned, and how to apply them. Map the end-to-end flow. From factory to customer hands, note handling steps and weak points, and design packaging and order sizes to survive them. Choose formats that match placement, single serve, refill pouches, small bundles, or robust crates. Pick what vendors can easily handle. Price to include logistics. Factor in real transport and merchant margin when you set shelf price so both you and the retailer earn. Practical example and comparison. A snack designed for impulse purchase at neighborhood kiosks, should come in small, sturdy pouches that stack well and survive hot afternoons. Contrast that with a fragile glass jar created for curated bakeries. Trying to force the jar into informal channels creates breakage, returns, and lost trust. Small sellers win by choosing channel-friendly formats over vanity packaging. Principle 8. Testable scaling through limited launches. Explanation. Testable scaling means deliberately starting small with controlled experiments that prove demand before you invest heavily. Costco pilots regional products, seasonal items, and limited runs to learn what sells and at what price. Entrepreneurs can replicate this by running short, local drop sales, pop-up markets, or tiny online campaigns that validate customer interest and unit economics before committing to bulk inventory. Why it matters. Early validation reduces waste, protects cash, and gives real data to refine the offer. It also generates social proof and early advocates who can amplify future scaling. 3 common mistakes companies make scaling on vanity signals. Mistaking likes or curious clicks for repeat purchase and long-term demand. Running too many tests at once. Experimenting with multiple variables makes it impossible to learn what actually works. Ignoring stop rules. Continuing to invest in a pilot that fails early drains cash and credibility. Lessons learned and how to apply them. Run a single clear test per launch. Define the hypothesis, the metric you will watch, and the duration up front. Use limited geography and short time windows. A weekend market or a 2-week pop-up gives fast, actionable data. Apply simple go-no-go criteria. Set a minimum conversion or reorder threshold and stop if the test misses it. Practical example and comparison. A food maker might launch a limited run of flavored nut mixes at 3 local stores for 2 weeks, tracking trial and reorders. If a flavor achieves the target repurchase rate, scale to more stores. If not, iterate on recipe or packaging. This beats launching nationwide on assumptions and then dealing with unsold inventory. Bringing all principles together. A half-day community workshop. Objective. Run a focused session to turn observed problems into testable offers that fit local channels and logistics. Materials, sticky notes, pens, a wall or whiteboard, sample packaging or mock-ups, a simple feedback form, and a few small incentives for participants. Agenda framing and persona 10 to 15 minutes. Define one clear customer persona and the context where they buy. Observe micro moments, 20 to 30 minutes. Capture frictions and workarounds observed in a local market, commuter spot, or shared space. 88 channel fit solutions, 30 minutes. Heifer for each friction. Generate small, channel-friendly product ideas and pick the top 2. Design a limited launch, 30 minutes, for each top idea. Choose a single channel, a packaging format, a price, and a 2-week test plan with clear success criteria. Prepare merchant playbook and test mechanics, 20 minutes. Draft a 1-page guide for the seller, a 1-question customer feedback slip, and a small incentive for early buyers. Commit and schedule, 10 minutes. Assign roles, set a test start date, and decide who will review results. Common pitfalls in the workshop. Over-engineering the idea. Force the team to design the smallest viable product that can be sold and tested within days. Forgetting follow-up. Build the feedback loop into the test so the experiment actually informs the next step. Ignoring merchant incentives. Ensure the seller sees a reason to try the product, even if it is a tiny commission or a free sample pack. A short case study context. Early morning commuters who skip breakfast but want something portable. Micro moment. People avoid messy foods and need something they can eat quickly on the go. Idea: a compact breakfast bar in a sturdy wrapper, sold in commuter kiosks, has single units, with a small discount for members of a neighborhood commuter club. Test pilot in 5 kiosks for 2 weeks. Track units sold and repeat buyer notes via a one-line feedback slip. If repurchase meets threshold, add a small bundle pack and negotiate a recurring weekly order with the vendors. Comparative reflection. Large retailers run elaborate category tests with analytics and team buy-in. You can run faster, cheaper pilots by targeting a single channel and using simple metrics. The advantage of small teams is speed and proximity to customers. The advantage of incumbents is scale. Use your speed to iterate until you find the format that incumbents will struggle to replicate without heavy cost. Final checklist, ready to test. Does the product fit the chosen channel's handling and pricing realities? Can you produce a small pilot run without risking essential cash? Is the claim simple, honest, and verifiable at first use? Do you have a one-page merchant playbook and a short customer feedback loop? Did you define a clear go-no-go metric before you start? Closing lessons for entrepreneurs, job seekers, and community builders. Designed for the place of sale first and perfection second. Accessibility beats refinement in early revenue stages. Validate with real purchases, not just interest. Money in hand is the clearest signal. Keep experiments short, focused, and repeatable. Learn fast and protect cash. Treat suppliers and merchants as partners. Reliable operations build repeat business. Final call to action. If you want the downloadable workshop guide, merchant playbook template, and a printable feedback slip to run this session in your community, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe now for the templates, step-by-step worksheets, and more practical training to turn simple local observations into reliable income.